welcome to tonight's fireside chat. The hair is a bit frizzy. Today I've been at a business expo for the Chamber of Commerce at Worcester, Cathedral University Arena. So I've been walking, talking, networking, raising awareness about the importance of people understanding what menopause is, especially women, so they can advocate for themselves, and talking about the coaching and talks and that. So that's why I'm a bit sort of windblown. So I will tie that back tomorrow because I didn't realise how bad it was. So that's been today. So it was a really good day. I did some speed networking, which I've never done before. So that was, I think I managed to speak to about 15 people on the speed networking, and then plus I went around the exhibition as well. So tonight is the fireside chat. So say hi if you come on, if you join me live. If you watch on replay, do put hashtag replay. And of course, as always, if you've got any comments or questions, put them in the chat as well. I do have my phone going as well, so I can see if hopefully catch up with any comments that come on, because they don't always show up when I'm on the laptop. So today I'm going to cover a bit about the Panarama programme. Not sure if you watched it. If you did watch it, do let me know what you thought about it. I know sort of straight after it there was a lot of chat, especially on LinkedIn, about the programme. My personal opinion is the bit they did about when they started off and they were in a sort of menopause social, and they were sort of briefly spoke to the women. That, I think that could have been the whole programme. The experience that people are having, the fact that that one lady was spending £150 on supplements that weren't working, and then they touched on supplements and sort of the way they market them, even though the research isn't actually proving what they're doing. They could have done the whole programme on that. And my thoughts about what they did about Newsom Health was it was very one-sided. I think they were out to sort of knock it down, and they didn't really investigate why the people that were on the high doses and just took the ones that had a bad experience. So that is my personal opinion. You may have another one, but anyway, I mean, I think Louise Newsom has done a lot for menopause. She has got it into the fore. She has done a lot of education. She still does. I mean, I think, I've got most of her books. I follow her on social media. So, and what the information she gives is really, really good. And I'm also doing one of the courses through Newsom Health as well. Anyway, so to go on from that, so the main thing they were talking about with regard to Newsom Health was the fact that some women were prescribed over the licensed dose for estrogen. So the country will license estrogen for use for HRT up to a certain dose, but doctors have this flexibility where they can go off license and over prescribe the dose, so increase the dose if they feel is necessary. Reading everything that's on social media and stuff like that, it was really interested, going, other doctors going, yes, we do that because some people do not absorb estrogen or have trouble absorbing estrogen. So if you just give them the licensed dose, they're not getting the amount they need, so they have to go off license. So it's quite possible that if you're on a very high dose of estrogen, that you're having trouble absorbing it. The thing I just really want to get across is, if you're having any treatment for whatever reason, whether it be HRT or blood pressure or getting antidepressants, and the doctors want to increase your dose or they want to give you something, you need to make sure that you're asking the questions. If you're not happy, why do I need that higher dose? how is it going to affect me? How long will I be on it? How do we know if it's working? The days when doctors said jump and we said how high should be over. You are to receive any treatment now. You are supposed to be getting, making an informed choice. So you're supposed to be getting the information to give that informed consent. So if you do not, if your doctor tells you they're going to up your medication and then just says, I'll give you a prescription to up your medication, and they don't explain why, you are in your rights to ask them, why do I need a higher dose? They might not like it, but it's your, at the end of the day, you're the only one who can advocate for you. It's your body, and you only need to do what you are happy with. And if you're on medication, sort of longer term medication, for example HRT or blood pressure medication or antidepressants, things like that, you should be having regular medication reviews. If people with blood pressure, high blood pressure, you should be getting at least an annual review where you're getting your blood pressure checked and your medication reviewed, because as you get older and your health changes, that your requirements change. So it's imperative that you make sure, if your GP is not chasing you up for a review to check your medication, that you go and have one. So if you're on, for example, blood pressure medication, you want to make sure that your blood pressure is being checked, but your medication is appropriate for the blood pressure that it is. You don't want it too low because it's not working, and you also don't want it too high. And it's the same with your HRT. Making sure you're having regular reviews, and keep a track. If you're not sure if it's working, keep a track of your symptoms and score them, and then track it that way. So when you go back to the GP, you can say, I've noticed A, B, C and D. Rather than going back into the GP and they going, how's it going? And you go, well, I don't really know. I think I'm getting better, but I'm not really sure. But I'm still having bad days, but I don't know how often I'm getting them. And I don't know, So the more information you can take with you when you go and see the doctor, the better. I always tell employees through my OAH that a doctor is like a computer. They work on the input put in. So you have to tell them everything. If you're only telling them half the story, they're potentially only giving you half the treatment. So you need to make sure that you're giving them the information. And again, if they say you need some treatment, whatever it is, make sure you understand what that treatment's for. What are the pros of having the treatment? They should be telling you, the potential things that could go wrong, but only within reason. They're not going to sit there for 3 hours and tell you everything that potentially could go wrong, because it's very, very unlikely to do so. But you need to know why they're putting you on the treatment. Is it going to be effective? How will we know it's effective? The more information you can get, because you need to know for yourself, and it stops stress as well. If you know what's going on, it stops stress. And if you're not happy with anything you are told or the treatment that is offered to you, get a second opinion. Doctors are only human. They can make mistakes. Some don't have the best bedside manner. They can be very abrupt. They don't like being questioned. But you are within your rights to ask. So if you feel, if you're on what you feel are high doses of HRT, go and speak to your doctor. If you're worried about your dosage, go and speak to the prescriber. Do not suddenly take yourself off the dose that you've been prescribed onto a lower dose, because you don't want to make yourself ill. Go and speak to your prescriber. If you can't get a prescription, go and speak to the chemist in the interim. Or if you've got access to a virtual GP, speak to a virtual GP. Get advice before you change anything on your prescription. Do not stop taking what you are prescribed until you've spoken to the doctor. There are, the Women's Health Concern. You can email them questions. I think it's a nominal charge of £10 because it's a charity. So if you can't get an answer that you're looking for, check out the Women's Health Concern. It's an arm of the British Menopause Society, and like I say, they've got loads of information leaflets on there, but they also offer email sort of consultations if that is where you wanted to go. So that is all I'm going to say on that. But if you've got any other questions around around sort of prescriptions and things like that, like I say, go and speak to the prescriber or the pharmacist and put your mind at rest, but don't do anything to your prescription. Don't up it or down it without speaking to your GP, because they know exactly what's going on. They have a better idea of, they should understand the medication and stuff like that. And if you're worried about any side effects from any medication, make sure you go back and get reviewed. If they give you a prescription and they say come back in 30 days and we'll review it, or 3 months, but you're not feeling any better way before the 3 months, or you're feeling really unwell, you need to go back before that 3 months. Just because they said 3 months, you don't. If you're feeling unwell or you're worried or you've got a concern, you need to go straight back. Okay, that is. I think that's everything I wanted to say about that. But yeah, like I said, I'd be interested in if you watch the Panarama program, what you thought about it. Okay, with supplements, again, I've spoken about this before. The industry is not regulated, so you cannot guarantee what you are getting. Like if you were buying a paracetamol, because paracetamol is the same wherever you buy it from, because that is a medication and that is regulated. Supplements aren't the same, and especially with menopause, there is very minimal research in menopause in general. There's not a lot of research in supplements, and what there is, it doesn't sort of say, yes, this is a definite, will definitely help with whatever. It is usually may help, but needs more research doing. So, if you want to take them, I'm not saying don't take any supplements whatsoever. I mean, I talked about vitamin D and B12 and thyroid and iron and that last week, and supplements on, and taking supplements on there. So if you're taking sort of vitamin mineral supplements, make sure you're checking the dosage. You want to make sure the dosage is right. You don't want to be overdosing yourself, because that can cause you more harm if you overdose it. If you're going down the supplements like, I don't know, say St. John's wort, red clover, etc., etc., do some research before you start on it. If you're on prescribed medications, John's wort is one of them. They can interact with different prescribed medications. So before you go and spend a lot of money on them, make sure if you're on prescribed supplements that they're not the prescribed medications. The supplements aren't contraindicated with the medication that you're on. And do the research. And have a look into the company. Don't buy the cheapest, because you're likely to get who knows what. Do the research into the company, and make you're, at the end of the day, you're investing and you want them to work. So try and buy, get the best you can. Get some advice from friends and stuff like that, or go and speak to like Holland and Barrett or whatever and get some advice from them. But I would say, if you're going down the supplement route, it's definitely buyer beware. Do your research, because you're investing in them and you don't want to waste your money. Okay, next topic. Menno washing. This is what has been termed, is this industry that is coming up around menopause, selling products that they're being marketed to reduce your symptoms. Such things I've heard of are clothing, teas, chocolate, supplements, jewellery, that are promising that if you eat them, drink them, wear them, they're going to reduce your symptoms. Putting menopause on whatever they're selling, potentially your marketing, you know, they'll hike up the price. Personally, I feel it's just a way of making money out of people that are very vulnerable, that are struggling, and they're just desperate. They will try anything to buy things like that. So what I would say is, if you're looking at getting the teas or the clothing or the chocolate, have a look at, you know, if it's got what's in it, you know, what is the clothing made of. Can you get something very, very similar that's not got menopause on it for cheaper? You know, what's in the chocolate to help you? You know, what's the jewellery? I don't understand how jewellery can help you reduce your menopause symptoms, other than the placebo effect. Oh, this ring is going to help me, so it does. I mean, I've got the Menopause Matters magazine. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. And this is full of adverts. So, okay, so this is the most recent one. So we've got an advert for supplements on the back. Hair loss getting you down. So shampoo. What else have we got in here? Clothing for hot flushes and night sweats. It's supposed to be quick drying, temperature control, odor control, antimicrobial and cooling yarn. You could just buy cotton, a natural fibre, or linen to just pull the sweat away. Got some more supplements that are promising: energy support, cognitive function, hormonal balance, hair, skin and nails. Another one for hair, a supplement for hair. What else is there? It's breast screening. Another supplement, Menopause. Menopause support. For Arella Pause Menopause Support Supplement and Collagen Supplement. There's a fan. I mean, a fan is a fan. So, yeah, a bee fan, bed fan for night sweats. So you could just basically go and buy a normal fan. Where else is there? Yeah, there's just so many things out there. So, like I said, with the supplements, it really is. Try and think before you invest your money. Like I say, I'm not going to say don't do it. Don't buy them. But do your research before you do, because like I say, it's just an industry. I think some things are just being brought out, and menopause is stuck on the label, so they can charge more. No. And like I say, when you are vulnerable and you're struggling to manage your symptoms, you may be sort of low mood, anxious, got the hot sweats and everything going in. You'll grab at anything. If this promises that it's going to cure me, I'm going to take it no matter what it costs. And if it doesn't work, it then makes you worse. So do your research. And like I say, have a look at the item before you put it in your basket and compare it to sort of, for example, the menopause tea. What's in the menopause tea? Is there a non-menopause tea that's very, very similar? It'll probably do the same thing that one did for less money. Again, like I say, it's buyer beware. Do your research. It's your well-earned money, and you want to invest it into something that will help you. I know talking about this and you're thinking, well, she set up it, she's working as a menopause coach. So, and I do struggle with that. I've been in sort of menopause, around sort of the menopause industry for about 2 years when I started, became more aware of it, and it's definitely boomed in that 2 years. I didn't come in it to make money, tons of money like these supplements and these clothing companies and everybody. And yes, I'm going to stand here and say this is the best wrist rest for menopause type thing to make money. I came in to help women. I fell into this role, the coaching, because I wanted to help women. I didn't realise I was 5 years into perimenopause until I did some awareness training. And I did the training, I did my coach training and my champion training to help other women who were struggling. I didn't do it to help me. I did it to help people, you out there. And what the programs I do, they work, and it's just so, it's just things that we do on a daily basis. So if you work with me and you sign up for one of my programs, the investment you're making for the program and how is just that. It is just you're in the program, and that's going to take you from Pain Island over to Pleasure Island. It's not, oh yes, here's the cost, here's the program, now I want you to go and buy a whole load of supplements, and I need you to buy this and I need you to buy that. It's just, you're just paying for the program. You're investing in the program to get you from pain to Pleasure Island, and it does work. I've said this before. I've had a lady who did my program. Her anxiety score at the beginning was 6 out of 10. By the time we finished it, it was 1 out of 10. Her sleep had improved. The majority of things, her confidence had improved. Majority of things, symptoms she had at the beginning, improved during that 7 weeks, turning her life around. And it's just making minute changes on things that we do every day, but we're just trying to improve on what you're already doing. So if you're interested and you want to find out more about the programs, they are all based on scientific research. Fact, Lauren, who developed the 7-week program, she has done a lot of work within nutrition, in fitness, she's one of the sort of menopause experts in the country. So I've been trained by her. She's absolutely fantastic. And it just blows me away when a lady finishes the program and I see her bloom and get back to where she was. And if only I'd known if I'd known then what I know now, I would have gone through that program much earlier and got myself back on track. So I want to help you. So if you're ready for the help, or you want to discuss the options, let me know. Drop me a message. We can have a chat. So I've got the 3 coaching programs. So we've got the hour-and-a-half one, the 7-week one, and the 6-month. So you've got 3 options. The hour-and-a-half will go through your resilience, the resilience assessment. We'll then look at your top menopause symptoms, put together a little blueprint for you to go away and sort of work on, and then we'll have a check-in a month later just to see how you're getting on. The 7-week plan is the 7-week plan. Each week we're looking at a different area, and then we have a catch-up a month later as well. 6-month plan includes the 7-week plan, plus catch-ups, plus the sleep assessment, plus you get an hour's consultation with Sandra, who you will be seeing next week, because the recording will be going up. She's the pelvic floor expert. And you'll also get a toolkit of resources that I will put together for you, so it's very bespoke for you around what your symptoms are, and I'll get the information from different menopause sites and put it all together in a toolbox for you to go and have a read at your leisure, including resources that I put together as well. And they both, all the programs have sort of ongoing support during the time that you're in the program. So if you want to talk to me about any of those, like I say, drop me a message. Let me know, and we can organise a call. And also we've got the sleep assessment as well, so that's the hour-long call, and then a follow-up call a month later, looking based on the REST program. So it's looking at routine, environment, stimulation, and thinking, and it's looking at what the best practices, your current practice, and then coming up with how you can improve on your current practice to improve your sleep. So that is available as well. So I want to help you get your life back. Rediscover my signature system, which all my programs are based on, is rediscover yourself in menopause. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to rediscover yourself and find that sparkle that you've lost, or find the old you who seems to have disappeared. When you look in the mirror or you look at yourself and you just don't see yourself anymore, I want to help you find you again. So that is all from me tonight. As a positive note, we've had quite an influx of new ladies in the past few days. I think we're over 180 now, which is fantastic. So I'd really be great if we can get to 200 by Christmas. So if you know anyone, tell them about the Menopause Suite. Let them know we're here. Always welcome. Our new members are always welcome. I still encourage you to say hello. Engage, post, ask questions, put comments in. The more people do that, the more it will encourage other people to comment as well. And the more you comment as well, the more you'll see the post, because of the way the algorithm works. And don't forget, so next week's fireside chat, which is pelvic floor health. So talking all about what the pelvic floor is, and how we can manage it, how we can improve it. The week after, which is the 24th, that will be the virtual social. So that will be in Zoom. So again, that is a private room. It's not streamed, it's not recorded. So come in there, have a chat. If you don't want to talk, sit in the background. If there's a load of people there and you don't want to engage, just sit there and listen. But it's an opportunity to ask questions, have a general chat, we can have a laugh if you want as well. So that's the 24th. The week after, we will do the Q&A, and then I have got a list of some topics going forward. So if anyone's got any other ideas of topics going forward, so I'm going to look at brain fog is one of them. I'm going to touch on sort of dry, itchy skin. And I'm just going to make sure I tell you the right name for it. We're going to talk about please wait, your call is important to us. I just have to open up this document, because otherwise I'll say it wrong. We will be talking about itching down below, and where is it? Lichen sclerosis, okay, and vulval cancer. So we will touch on that as well. So it's really, really important, and sort of dry vaginas and what you can do about that. So, mood swing. Another one is going to be mood swings. I need to write that down before I forget. So any other suggestions, for sort of going forward, and we can try and get some experts in as well. And the 12th to the 14th is the masterclass, so that will be approximately an hour session for 3 nights, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that's on menopause, stress and sleep. So that I've not yet released the I've not opened up registration for that, so I will let you know when that is open, so you can come along to that. And again, that will be, the recordings will be in the group for about a week and a half, for you to watch them if you replay if you can't catch the join me live, which I would prefer you did. Then we can have an interact and have a chat. So that's coming as well. So I think that's it for tonight. Like I say, any questions, pop them in the chat and give me your thoughts on, if you watched that Panarama programme, what you thought about it. And yeah, if you watch on replay, drop a hashtag replay in, and have a good evening. And I hope, and I will see you tomorrow. I think I'll come in and say hello, but hope you have a good evening or good day. And if you're in Florida and you've got access to electricity, I hope you're safe and your families are safe as well. I've got a couple of coach friends over in Florida, and I've got a friend who I met, God, when did we meet? A long time ago. I met her on a Nile cruise. She was there with her dad. It was my first holiday on my own, and we had 2 weeks in Egypt. We did the Nile cruise, and then we did Cairo, down to Abu Simbel for a day visit, and then in Aswan. Yeah, Pat. Yeah, I think I was 21, 22 when I met her. So it was only about 6 months ago. So she lives over in Florida, so hopefully, I'm hoping she's safe as well. So if you've got family over in Florida, I hope they're safe and that. So take care wherever you are in the world, and look after yourselves.